Alright, nope. We're gonna skip all the pleasantries and we're just gonna go right into it. The Royal Rumble 2022 happened on Saturday. I watched it, and this is my review. So here we go. We start off the show with Roman Reigns defending the Universal Championship against Seth Rollins. Seth came out in the Shield attire and the Shield entrance, came out to the crowd. He was doing that whole thing. During the match, he gave Roman a powerbomb through the announce table, and they said, "That's the Shield bomb." It's not the Shield bomb if it's just one damn person. He stuck his fist out for Roman, like, that's the Shield fist. It's like, you're really determined for me to hate the Shield now, aren't you? But anyway, the match was okay, you know. They did all the same spots that they always do. Like, they did the one where Roman goes for the spear and Seth counters into a pedigree, which they do every time they wrestle. But in the end, the match ended in a DQ. Great. That's how you want to start the Royal Rumble. Roman locked in the guillotine. I should also mention, Roman kicked out of the curb stomp, which is huge because no one ever really kicks out of the curb stomp now. It's like the unkick-outable move. But if anyone wants to do it, it is the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. But Roman, like I said before, locked in the guillotine, and Seth got his arm on the rope, and he just didn't let go. And then he was disqualified. And then after the match, he beat up Seth Rollins with a chair. And that was that. Then we had the Women's Royal Rumble. Okay, so we started off with Sasha Banks. Then we had Melina. She showed up as a surprise. She was eliminated very quickly. She lasted less than a minute. Great. Tamina then showed up. Then we had Kelly. I groan every time. Aaliyah was next. Then Liv Morgan, Queen Zelina, Bianca Belair, Dana Brooke, Michelle McCool, Sonya Deville came, and then she just went to like the announce table and just kind of sat there. Natalia, Cameron came back. We were all excited, weren't we? Sonya Deville sees Cameron, and she goes, "Wait, aren't she and Naomi friends?" And they go, "Yeah." And they go, "So Naomi would be upset if something happened to Cameron." And the commentators go, "Yeah." So then she enters the ring and eliminates Cameron. Naomi enters. She eliminates Sonya Deville. And then Sonya enters the ring again and tosses Naomi out. And, you know, they're still doing that feud. Carmella was next. Then Rhea Ripley. Then Charlotte. Ivory came out in the right to censor gear. And she was eliminated by Rhea Ripley. That was awesome. Brie Bella came out. I groaned. Mickie James came out with the Impact Knockouts title, and they said Impact Women's Championship. But she came out to Hardcore Country, so that was cool. Alicia Fox, no one cares. Nikki ASH, who's a heel now. She's a heel superhero. Summer Rae, who gives a shit. Nikki Bella, who gives a shit. Sarah Logan came out, which was whoa, and she did nothing and was immediately tossed out. Lita was next, then Mighty Molly, who got attacked by Nikki ASH and eliminated almost immediately. Ronda Rousey with number 28. She was a surprise return. She was my pick to win. And then we had number 29, Shotzi Blackheart, and number 30 was Shayna Baszler. And in the end, Ronda Rousey eliminated Charlotte Flair to win the Royal Rumble. And that's probably your match at WrestleMania. Becky Lynch defended her Raw Women's title against Doudrop. The match was fine, but in the end, Becky hit the manhandle slam from the second rope and beat Doudrop. Then we had Brock Lesnar defending the WWE Championship against Bobby Lashley. I'm really excited for this one. The two started just hitting German suplexes on each other. Bobby hit 2 spears on Brock, then he went for another spear on the outside, through the barricade, but Brock moved. They got back in the ring. Brock went to go for an F5. He hits the F5, but he accidentally kicks the ref down. So while the ref's down, Roman Reigns comes into the ring and spears Brock. He then asks Paul Heyman to give him the belt. Paul gives him the WWE Championship. Reigns nails Lesnar with it. He and Paul Heyman walk out together. And then Bobby Lashley pins Brock 1, 2, 3 and is the WWE Champion. Not what I was expecting from seeing Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, because this wasn't really Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. It was more of the story continuing with Brock and Roman, but still, that's fine. It's nice for Bobby Lashley to get another WWE Championship. I'm never going to say no to Bobby Lashley getting a WWE Championship. Then we had Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Miz and Maurice in a mixed tag match. Could give less of a crap. I wasn't paying attention to this at all. I know that there was a double spear and a double glance slam, and that's how the match ended, with Edge and Beth winning. And then the main event, the Men's Royal Rumble match. AJ Styles started as number 1. Then we had Shinsuke Nakamura as number 2, which is like, oh, that's a cool start off. Then we had Austin Theory, Robert Roode, Ridge Holland, Montez Ford, Damian Priest, Sami Zayn. Johnny Knoxville came out as number 9. He stiffed AJ Styles with a forearm, man. Then AJ does this kind of like combo. Montez Ford, it's a big frog splash, and Sami Zayn boots Johnny Knoxville out the ring. Thanks for coming, go away. Angelo Dawkins was number 10. Omos was 11. Ricochet was 12. Chad Gable, Dominic Mysterio, Happy Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, Sheamus, Rick Boogs, Madcap Moss, Matt Riddle. 21 was Drew McIntyre. He's returned from his injury, which was awesome. Kevin Owens, number 22, was my pick. He and Drew just fought on the ramp. Because Drew eliminated both Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss. Then he went under the ring and just started beating them up with the steps. While he was doing that, Kevin Owens came, and the two saw each other. They just shrugged and beat each other up on the ramp. Number 23 was Rey Mysterio. Number 24 was Kofi Kingston, who went for, he was on the turnbuckle. Kevin Owens pushed him off, and what was supposed to happen was Kofi was supposed to land on the barricade, but his feet hit the ground and he botched it. But you know what? He's had so many Rumble spots that he's finally messed up on. It's insane. Otis was next, then Big E, then Bad Bunny came out, then Shane McMahon returned, and he eliminated my pick, Kevin Owens, so I wasn't happy about that. Number 29 was Randy Orton, and at number 30 was Brock Lesnar. The final two was Brock Lesnar and Drew. They had a little standoff thing, but in the end, Brock F5 to Drew out of the ring, and Brock Lesnar won the Royal Rumble. And obviously we know it's going to be Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the Universal title at WrestleMania. So that was the Royal Rumble. Overall, not that good. I love the Rumble, and I thought, oh, well, this is going to be the Royal Rumble. It's going to be awesome. But really, both Rumble matches lacked something. I think the best thing of the night, probably the WWE Championship match, if I'm going to be honest with you. And that was more story than anything. But I'm going to give... And here's the thing. I don't hate Ronda Rousey winning because she was my pick. So I'm also going to like it. I don't hate Brock Lesnar winning because I like Brock. So... I don't hate the winners. It's just the matches itself weren't good. So I'm going to give the Royal Rumble... it was better than day one. I'll tell you that much. So I'm going to give the Royal Rumble... We'll go with about 6.5 out of 10 is what I give the Royal Rumble. And now on to just a bit of news, tiny bit of news. Jeff Hardy declined to enter the Hall of Fame this year because they fired him, which is awesome. 3 matches have been announced for Rey Mysterio's 2K showcase for WWE 2K22. They are his match with Eddie Guerrero at WrestleMania 21, his match with Shawn Michaels on the Eddie Guerrero Tribute Show, and his match with The Undertaker at the Royal Rumble 2010. They've also teased the custody for Dominic ladder match as being a possibility as well. And now to end it off, got some Sword Art news. Unitil Ring is not the end. According to Reki Kawahara, there's another storyline at least left, and Sword Art will go for at least another 10 years, Cool with me. I'm down with that. I'm out if it's not ending. The only problem is, good luck getting season 5 the anime out, because Unital Ring isn't done yet. And thankfully, when Unital Ring does finish, we still got another storyline, at least one more storyline. And then, speaking of Stardust continuing, Volume 24's English release has been announced as April 22nd, and then Progressive's Volume 8's English release is May 17th. And that's it. That's all I got. I'm keeping it really short today. Don't want to overstep. And yeah, that's all I got. Season 4's art drops on Sunday. I'm so excited. And you can be down. Well, sure, I'm going to be watching episode 19 as soon as it comes out, because that episode rules.